Double RT Boxing Show. Yes, sir. The siren's going off. The doors are open, folks. The boxing all you had for us junkies. Get your asses on in here. Get your asses. Get your asses. Okay. The card I'm very interested in is that Friday tomorrow. That little who is actually the promotion? Akihiko Honda. And of course, it's co-promoted with Top Rank being Bob Aaron with the ESPN connection. And that's the card of the Rob Brant and Ryota Murata rematch. That itself is a good fight. It's a good fight, but I'm more interested on the undercard of the is the WBC light flyweight champion Shiro taking on Jonathan Taconing. I did a little more of a individual breakdown on that one because and within creating the show, stumbling across worldwide fighters within the season 4, Shiro has stuck out amongst a bunch into like my top 5-6 fighters to report on, to discuss, talk that boxing banner. And then in the other undercard fight, Satoshi Shimizu. Now I discovered him, like I said, very recently. He's on 8-0, but stumbling onto this, I thought it was the challenger Joe Noynay. No, doing the research, he is actually the champ. I seen it. I was like, wait a minute, this is not Shimizu defending his OBBF title. It's a WBO. My man Joe Noynay is a champion at 17-2-1. So Shimizu is trying to crack that. He's like number what? How is he ranked? He's not ranked at all by the WBO, but he is ranked by which organization it is. He's ranked one of them, IBF number 10. He used to be ranked a lot higher across the board. Something must have happened. He has been getting hit, and that's what we will talk about. What makes that fight very interesting, and then of course the main event, Rob Brant and Murata too. Now, Shiro as a card, we're going to quickly talk about it. I'm expecting to win uh, a unanimous decision. Pretty good boxing, possibly stop him. If you want more detail, you could go watch that individual breakdown prediction of that fight. This is more again the Brant and Noynay. As far as the WBO Asian Pacific Super Featherweight Champion Joe Noynay, who's coming in at 17-2-1, I thought he was just a challenger. I stumbled across Shimizu. I think about season 2. I think it was season 2. I stumbled across him. I picked him to lose against Shang Mang Noy. Was that his name? Shang Mang No, the South Korean guy. I thought Shimizu was just too tall, upright, and slow with his punches, and he gets hit. And I thought the South Korean Shang Mang No will be able to put forth pressure, like I said, not pressure, but a volume of punches to eventually wear him out. The one thing I could not foresee in watching the films was that motherfucker hits hard. If I were to say anything, he's what, the Japanese super featherweight Jared Hurd. But he's definitely behind the harder a 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Does good body work. Again, he's a southpaw. He's going to have the height advantage, 5'10" and a half against 5'8", 17-2, 1 draw, 6 KOs. So I tell you, Joe He's a boxer. He 23 of age. That 10-year age gap. Boxing is a young man's game. Young man's game. 8-0, 8 knockouts, 17-2 with 1 draw, 6 knockouts. And I do gotta say, Joe is a pretty good mover and boxer. From the little footage I could watch out him, you know, he he has fast hands. That's like I said, and I discovered Shimizu picking him to lose, and like I said, the dude just it's I like watching him because I think it's funny just watching him just stalk people down and just beat the shit out of them. His punches are slow. He's like a fucking Jared Hurd, a Joy Joyce. He's just a Japanese super featherweight version. It's an entertaining style. But someone's gonna he won't be able to take if someone could not get hit as much by him or could take his power and just like fuck really take it back to him like J Rock to Jared Hurd. Shimizu could fall down. He could get taken down if he's there to get hit. Unfortunately, he's entertaining to watch. I like him, but and that's his ring. Joe Noynay. I think if Styles makes fights, this is that style to make an interesting fight. If he could, like I said, withstand that power or be crafty enough, escape on angles not to get hit, which I think he does have the footwork, and feel like he may not have the knockout ratio you like to see on the paper, but he throws a good volume of punches with a good enough pop on him. And we've seen Shimizu get cracked, popped on. If he could use his footwork and hit Shimizu, it could be an upset in the making. It could be just a volume of punching landing. And like I said, the one thing I do gotta say is Noynay Joe. Even though Shimizu, some of his past opponents have thrown punches at him and was able to successfully hit him, they didn't have the foot movement to escape after they landed shots. And I think Joe does have that footwork to crack him and then escape. And that could be interesting. That could be very interesting. It's at 23-33. Very interesting in that fight. Very oh man. I'm gonna go with Shimizu taking a good ass whooping for 12 rounds. But no, I don't think he's gonna take it for 12 rounds. But he's gonna get hit pretty well, I think. But I think he's gonna like knock him out. Probably like maybe if it goes the way it's been going, I say 6 rounds. 6 rounds, he's gonna get Jones on there. But like I said, if this has a shocking upset, to me, in a Styles maker all over it, like a third round, like oh shit, Shimizu goes down. But I'm going with uh, Shimizu to do what he do, stalk him down behind the 1-2, and eventually that defensive shield of his of a face is gonna last one more fight. One more fight. It goes on. Like I said, you never know. 23-33. You never know when that defensive shield, that face guard, just goes down. On to the next one. Rob Brant and Ryota Murata. Like I said, the main fight I wanted to see is the Ken Shiro fight. That's the main fight I want to see. Fighting the number one contender. Fucking little bugs out here and shit. Number one contender, Jonathan Taconing. Uh, made my top five pound for pound list. If you're interested in that, you could go check the archives. Mr.A's, Double RT's. I forgot what I talked about. It's the top five pound for pound. And within the criteria for my top five was a 3 year. What have you done for me lately? Shit, you know what I mean? Because you go resume for resume, blah blah blah. I just don't want to do it. Boxing is since it's not like a season long, you can't really compare. What have you done in 3 years? That's how I did that. And if you're interested to see how Ken Shiro made the top five and who else made it, go check it out. Um, Now back to the main event. Rob Brant. The, the shocking victory. You know that his victory over Ryota was like, oh shit. Even though it's just a WBA regular, you could see they definitely was like building that up as an international money fight, which fuck, I wish more fighters would do. I wish they would do it so much more. Like, as a fan, I know I got a little off topic, but as a since I'm in the states here, I would love to see Deontay Wilder, the heavyweight champion, go over to China. Was it China that has Zhang, whatever, the Chinese, the big ass heavyweight? But I think Matchroom signed him up. Zhang, just to go off topic here. Just to go off topic. Yeah, Zayli Zhang, the Olympian before Joshua. I would love to see uh, more fighters go abroad like that. Deontay Wilder go over there trying to fight him, but of course it's the money is come to America. I get it, I get that, but I would love to see fucking more fighters go overseas and do that shit. Now Rob Grant, the fact that it's in Japan. The first one wasn't in Japan. He's going over in Japan. I don't believe the first fight was in Japan, was it? Let's check this out. Where was that first fight at? It was in Nevada, Las Vegas. Okay, I thought it was. I didn't believe it wasn't. Wasn't no damn Japan. In Japan, the WBA World Middleweight Regular Championship. Again, that age 33. Japan fighters. That Olympic pedigree. It really either if you got it, you're on a fast track. If not, your career, you're gonna get left. You're gonna get left. 33 years old, 16 fights. You know what I mean? And Rob Brant came out of nowhere, at least onto the media scene, and just upset him. Threw a shitload of jabs at him, shitload of other punches, uh, and showed what type of flat foot fighter he was. You know, his simple mechanism of 1-2-1-2. And if you have been following the show and you watch some other uh, Murata coverage on this show, you'll see we always talk about the same complaint of him. He was very slow and he got away with a favorable call over his country. He used to paw people in place and crack the shit out of them, and with half his knockouts, whatever. What is he? His right hand. He'll paw you with the jab and just crack you with the right because he couldn't catch people, and that's how he is to time his shots, and they let him do that consistently in his fights. That's why you really never saw him be outboxed the way Rob Brant did it because he was getting away with keeping him in place. And Rob Brant in the state, they wouldn't allow that shit, and he got outboxed. Now, who's the referee here? Louis Papone. Um, it's not a Japanese referee, so I guess, maybe they noticed that. Like, hey, this dude paused, and no referees calling it. The judges: Stanley Christodula, Gene Robert Lane, Raul C. Sr. Don't really recognize any of those controversial names. I really don't see how Murata could change anything. Rob Brant, if anything, he's gonna have to get cracked with something like, oh shit. I don't expect to react like that. I don't see Murata being any more aggressive with a better result. I don't see him. I don't see what this is his second fight since the loss, or no, it's an immediate rematch. So I don't see one training camp making him a better footwork, better leg movement. I don't see that transition for Murata at the age of 33 in one training camp after a loss. So I'm expecting the same thing, a victory, outboxing on the outside for Rob Brant. So again, for the card, I'm going Brant, Shiro, and Shimizu in the close one. That could, man, that style makes fight. That could be an upset, folks. That could be an upset. I'm gonna go with Shimizu on a Joe Joyce, Jared Hurd, same routine type of routine. And once again, that take punches to the face is gonna work, and that's a scary one, folks. That is a scary fight for me. This is Double RT Boxing Show. We just did a full fight card review. Rob Brant, Murata 2, ESPN Plus. Thank you for your time and support.